Enjoying the New York weather? Yo, dog! Literal dog! Stop barking! We're trying to film! Still lacking motivation? Well, good thing you're tuning into Motivation Mondays. Welcome back, everyone, to the Fit Cove New York edition. I find the easiest way to get motivated is by doing your favorite muscle groups. So today, I'm going to be talking about chest.
And I will be talking about the booty, your glutes, gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus. Today I'm talking to you about how you can work your booty, how to work those glutes and really get them firm. I'm going to start today with the cable kickbacks. The cable kickback is an excellent choice to really tone your booty, get that plump, ideal look for your gluteus maximus. The cable kickback is an awesome exercise to add to your fitness regime, especially on Monday. Why? Because the gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in your body. The muscles incorporated are the gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus, also your hamstrings. What you do for the cable kickback, attach yourself to the cable and plant one foot down next to the other, while the other extends backwards, slowly and controlled. Adding the cable kickback to your fitness regime is amazingly beneficial to your entire workout. Why do I say this? Because using the cable kickback, the cables add resistance to the entire movement. Notice how I have one foot planted on the ground as I kick back. This is all one slow motion. And you will feel the resistance at the top of the movement. And you slowly come back and make sure you have the correct weight for this exercise because you don't want your leg to slingshot back to place. That will cause the cables to slam against each other.
Smash! Thank you for flying with El Cofre de Pechos Airlines. That's the chest of chests, by the way. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite muscle groups, the pectoralis major and minor. Specifically, flies. Chest flies can be done with a machine, cables, or with dumbbells. Today, we're specifically going to deal with the cables. For similar reasons why Lydia liked doing her donkey kickbacks with cables, the reason I like it is because it increases your time under tension. That's right. Why this is great is because the muscle is being contracted the entire rep. By standing slightly forward from where the cables are coming from, you are giving yourself a greater range of motion. By stretching those muscles out, you're increasing that range of motion and therefore allowing your body to do even more. What a lot of people don't realize what they're doing in their sets is that at some point during their reps, they're actually resting the muscle being used and therefore aren't contracting them anymore. This seriously cuts your gains and we want to do that. Separate. We'll just cut that. In this exercise specifically, we are going to be targeting the lower part of the pectoralis major. Follow the fibers, everyone. If that's the direction the muscle fibers are going, that's the direction that your exercise should be going. That's why we're doing flies here. For balance, stand with one foot in front of the other. You don't want your knees passing your toes, and you want to be stably balanced there. Shoulder blades are packed down the back. Send your thoughts to that lower part of the chest and fly those cables down. This exercise is what's called a bilateral movement, meaning you're using both limbs at the same time. Here's a variation that also targets the lower chest. This is a unilateral version of the same exercise. benefits of doing unilateral movements as well is that you can really focus on what that one limb is doing, because sometimes one limb is going to overcompensate for the other when you're doing things like barbells. Try it out. You ever try the one arm flap? Flies are excellent to incorporate in your workout regime if you want to emphasize on that chest and not use the triceps like you would in a pressing motion. You want that fully round chest? You want that bird chest? Start flying. Ka! Go on. Tell them what the next exercise is called.
The hip thrust.
Hip thrust!
Just like the cable kickbacks, the hip thrust targets your gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus, and your hamstrings. Your quadriceps are also engaged in the exercise. Notice how my feet are parallel in this exercise as well. Depending on the weight you choose, you can add a foam grip to the bar, which will protect your hip bones when you thrust upward.
Thrust!
During the hip thrust, you must keep your core engaged and drive straight to the ceilings with your pelvis. Tighten your glutes as you hit the top and relax when you go down. Again, this motion is slow and controlled. The hip thruster will help you tone, carve, and form that beautiful booty and define your glute to hamstring. Just as I mentioned in Shred Saturday, doing the hip thruster is an excellent supplement to the deadlift, and it does not target your back as much.
Well said, Lydia. Back to chest, back to chest. Chest day is every day.
On that note, you don't want to target chest every day because that will cause upper cross syndrome. Yep.
I love this next variation of the dumbbell bench press because I added my little twist to it. Get it? Twist? In my personal opinion, I love doing bench press exercises with dumbbells for multiple reasons. One, you can do this little twisting action that I've added in this video here, and also it works the stabilizers in your shoulders more. By using the dumbbells, you really have to focus on balancing each dumbbell simultaneously as opposed to the bar doing it for you. Using dumbbells also allows you to go past that 90-degree angle just a little bit more, increasing that range of motion and giving you that stretch in those fibers. Caution, caution, caution. Going past 90 degrees requires concentration and shoulder flexibility. If you do not have shoulder flexibility, then you should stick to 90 degrees. This is a great compound movement. It uses the pectorals, the trapezius muscles, the triceps, the delts, and your sits muscles. Remember that term earlier, time under tension? This is a great move to play within those time under tension movements. At the bottom, you're going to get that extra stretch by going past 90 degrees, and as you press up, you slide the shoulder blades down to prevent that upper cross syndrome and to focus directly on those chest muscles. At the top, you want to twist and squeeze that chest as hard as you can. By doing this, you are hitting multiple parts of the chest as well. You're not only hitting the top of the chest at the bottom of the rep, but as you twist to the top, you're really rounding out that lower chest too. This move will also increase your shoulder mobility. It is very important to be doing movements that involve the rotator cuff in a safe way, of course, so that you don't become too tight.
So thirsty.
Sorry. Something we can't emphasize enough here at Fit Cove is technique. We do not in any way endorse a workout regime that just involves stacking on a bunch of heavy weights with no technique involved. Quality versus quantity, guys. Stick to that. Mobility is key, unless you want to look like this.
Thank you guys for watching Motivation Monday. We hope that you incorporate these exercises into your program.
Whatever day it is.
Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe